What's up guys, welcome to the channel. This one's for my retro gaming fans out there. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the RG40XX retro gaming handheld by Anbernic. I'll be telling you my thoughts on the look and feel of the device, the included games, overall value, and then leave you with some light gaming at the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Let's jump into it. So what's included in the box when you get your RG40XX retro handheld? Well, the unboxing is pretty simple. Inside the box, you get a micro SD card, which will vary in size depending on which RG40XX configuration you purchase. The SD card holds your emulator games, so make sure you don't lose this. You get the console itself, but we'll get to that a little later. You get a user manual which goes over some key features of the device like backlight brightness, joystick lights, key customs, and Bluetooth settings. You also get a USB-C to USB-A cable for charging the game console, which is pretty much standard nowadays, but I'm definitely happy Anbernic included a USB-C port on the device. It just makes life easier. That's pretty much all you get in the box. Now let's get to the RG40XX. The device is not much bigger than an iPhone 16 Pro at 16 millimeters thin with a nice weight of 208 grams, most of that weight being focused in the middle of the console. The action buttons feel surprisingly comfortable and have little sound to them when being pushed. The buttons do feel a little slick, so if your fingers sweat a lot when gaming, this might be a problem for you. The same is pretty much true for the D-pad. I kind of feel like the directional pad buttons are a little bit on the stiff side, but they might just need to be broken in. If you look closely at the buttons, they have arrows pointing up, down, left, and right, just in case you forget. In my opinion, the joysticks are too small for my fat thumbs, and I can see this being an issue after gaming for a long time on the device. Continuing on the front of the console, you have a select and start button, a 4-inch IPS 640 by 480 display, and a menu button. Up top, you have the right bumper and the left bumper, right trigger and left trigger, which are vaguely texturized. I mean vaguely, almost not really noticeable. You also get your power button, volume up and volume down buttons, USB-C port, reset button, a micro HDMI port for connecting the RG40XX to an external monitor, which is just sick by the way. And there's also a 64 gigabyte SD card for memory that goes into the TF1 card slot at the bottom of the device. The other TF2 slot is where you will insert the SD card that holds your emulator games. I gotta shout out the stereo speakers and the clutch headphone jack that are also included on the device. My old school gamers, you know what's up. So what's the gaming experience like on this RG40XX? Gaming has been exactly what you'd expect, nostalgic and fun. This console offers over 4,800 pre-installed games. So many of these I remember playing as a kid, and they also look great. I like the built-in vibration the console has. It's a cool little touch. You can play emulator games from the PSP, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, PlayStation 1, N64, and a whole bunch of other systems. This is a Linux-based operating system and it runs really smooth on the Cortex-A53 processor, and we're looking at about 6 hours of battery life on a single charge. There's a search function, which is super useful when you have a specific game in mind you're looking for, and you know for the first game I had to check for Pokemon Yellow. I'm old school, remember? The IPS display, though only being 4 inches and a resolution of 640 by 480, looks great, and most of the emulator games should run in HD. The RG40XX retro handheld gaming console starts off at $79.99 for just a 64 gigabyte memory configuration, $89.99 to include a 128GB SD card, and $99.99 for the 64GB memory with a 256GB SD card like the model I have here. You can get the device in blue, black, or gray. Shout out to Mech DIY for sending me out this unit to get on the channel, and if you're interested, you can visit their site mechdiy.com and check out some cool retro gaming consoles. If you use discount code according to CB16, you can save some money too. Do I think the RG40XX is worth the buy? The RG40XX offers quite a bit of features like PC Moonlight game streaming, where you can use the handheld as a controller for your PC games, RGB customizable thumbsticks, online multiplayer, and a micro HDMI port with a headphone jack. If you're into retro gaming, there are plenty of options out there, but at the $89.99 price point for the 64GB model and 128GB SD card that holds your emulator games on it, especially with a discount, the RG40XX might just be a good buy for you. Guys, let me know what you think of the video, and as always, I appreciate you watching. I'll leave you with some light gaming on the Anbernic RG40XX retro handheld gaming console. Peace.